Hello to all my friends and followers again. It is me, Lee, and welcome to another episode of Lee's Random Thoughts. Today's topic is one near and dear to me, Batman. I'm a massive fan of Batman, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that's kind of quite repeated in a lot of circles and a lot of people I speak with, is Batman a superhero? Is he actually a superhero? I'm going to outline why I think he is or isn't in a minute, and you may disagree or agree with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on what your thoughts on this are. So, comment, type in, join in with this debate. Let me know your thoughts. So, first of all, I kind of got into Batman when I was a kid by watching the animated series. That was my main first kind of influence in it. As I got older, I got into the comics a lot more, like in my 20s. My first kind of big dive into the world of the comics of Batman was the graphic series No Man's Land, which was effectively kind of like Batman meets Escape from LA. Brilliant comic series. Went on to spawn one of the popular games from Rocksteady Studios, Arkham City. I've always been, for Halloween, when I got old enough, I wanted to dress up and things like that. And on my 23rd birthday, I decided to get a proper kind of Batman costume, a Batman cowl. So I bought a proper Batman cowl and a costume, and I went for my 23rd birthday in this costume. After that, it only ever came out at Halloween. I'd never been to a Comic Con before. I'd never seen anything like that. And when I went to my first ever Comic Con, with my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, we were just blown away. Neither one of us had been to a Comic Con. We saw all these cool people in costumes and stuff like that, and I thought, do you know what? Next Comic Con that I go to, I'm gonna wear my Batman costume. And it became quite a main regular thing for me to do. I've helped raise money for charity, St. Catherine's Hospice, dressed up as Batman. I got married in a Batman outfit, like actually wearing the whole thing, the whole ceremony and everything. I was Batman. My wife is dressed as Poison Ivy. My baby girl is called Robin. So Batman means an awful lot to me. I'm a huge, huge fan of it. It's been a big part of my life. And, a lot of people say he's not a superhero. And that annoys me sometimes because he is, in my opinion. I'm going to say why now. If you think about a firefighter or a policeman or a soldier, if they do something heroic, like firefighter runs into a burning building, okay, and they rescue somebody and they bring them out, they're called a hero. A police officer goes above and beyond and does something amazing, they're a hero. They take down a bad guy and things like that. Hero. Soldier, Saving Private Ryan style, throws comrade over his shoulder, runs out through gunfire and gets to the other side. Hero. None of them are called superhero, they're called hero. But those things that they have done is heroic. Yeah, undoubtedly they've got medals, probably accolades and things like that they're heroes. The stuff that Batman faces up against is kind of above what the police, what the firefighters, what army soldiers would be expected to go up against. He goes up against threats that are bigger. Often like meta villains or meta humans, like people with powers or people with, technological abilities that are way above what your average kind of citizen should be able to handle. That's kind of in a nutshell why I believe he's a superhero, because if you've got to think of it as him being hero plus. The word super, no part of that does that imply powers. Superhero doesn't necessarily means super powered hero. It just means kind of like hero plus, like does above and beyond, that they deal with threats that are bigger than the public. than than those of us mere mortals on the ground floor. And Batman, while he doesn't have any superpowers, one of his things that he knows is like 37 forms of martial arts. Just think about that for a second. 37 forms of martial arts. What? It's insane. That's such a level of dedication of different forms of martial arts already. Even people who train and go into mixed martial arts, tournaments and stuff like that, probably don't know 37 forms of martial arts. That's high level amount of martial arts and training that he's gone through there for a body. Now, yes, of course, he's got all of his ninja powers and things like that, which you could say, are they superpowers? Are they not? Is there such a thing as a superpowered ninja? Because if so, that definitely kind of goes into the realm of Batman. Quite often, there's a huge correlation between Iron Man in the Marvel world and Batman. When you look at them, they're normal men that have kind of done something to themselves. They have kind of to give themselves a fighting chance against opponents that are just above and beyond, like super villains, meta villains, really, really scary threats, that a normal soldier or policeman couldn't handle. So Iron Man obviously built a suit around himself, protecting himself, and gave it weapons and defensive capabilities and tech and all that kind of stuff. Batman has turned himself into a weapon by training in 37 forms of martial art, learning gadgets, learning the art of stealth, and using that to his advantage and things like that. That is why I feel he is a superhero. He deals with threats that are above and beyond, and Tony Stark does the same thing. You don't hear that going on about Tony Stark, do you? Because of his metal suit and the tech that's protecting him and everything. It's almost like he's a superhero then. He's definitely a superhero. He's got superpowers. He's got a tech thing. People don't have that same argument with him as they do Batman. They just think of him as a guy dressed as a bat. They don't think about the training that will have gone into his life to have been to be a living weapon himself. A very clever, highly intelligent weapon as well. He can build gadgets and stuff just the same as Tony Stark can. He just applies them in different ways, like the car, the Batwing, and all sorts of things like that. He's also a master tactician, usually plans out things. That's for all the powers that Superman has, and nobody argues about him, he's not exactly a master tactician. He doesn't come up with the best of plans to deal with stuff. He relies on being bulletproof a lot of the time. That's kind of a given for him. So Bruce kind of works out how this will all work and applies that to his team in the Justice League and things like that. So, if you have at this point been thinking, he's not really a superhero. Why is it that he has to have a superpower to be considered a superhero? Think about when you say to your kid that they've done something awesome. That's an awesome piece of homework. It's not just good. It's not just okay. It's awesome. It's fantastic. You've done a super job. Think about the word super. It doesn't imply superpowers. That's a super job you've done there. It means better than normal, better than above, doesn't it? Super. And that's how I see it. It's just another way of saying hero plus. Yeah, not just a hero, a superhero, somebody who goes above and beyond. That's my thoughts on Batman. I'd love to hear other people. As I said, it's a topic near and dear to me. I love having debates with people about this. Chat away with me, put them in the comments. Right, it's been a pleasure. Take care. Ciao for now. See you all next time.